Rise and shine. It's Monday. I hope everybody having a good weekend. Now, before we go any further, Bob and I actually went ziplining at Camp Newaygo over the weekend. If any of you would like to see the video of me screaming, please contact Bob and he will be more than happy to share it with you. Great weekend. The topic today, and before you guys turn off this video, it's about finding your YaYas. And guys, you don't call them YaYas, you call them something else. But remember me telling you that I was going through stuff? Well, I have been sorting pictures, and that's been a huge blessing and brought up memories and all sorts of things. But I came across this particular picture, and you might recognize it. It's actually the my cover page of my Facebook page. So if you can't see it really clearly, go back and look at it. But these were my mom's YaYas. And they were my YaYas growing up. Now, I came up with YaYa from the YaYa sisterhood. Guys, don't turn off because this matters to you too. And in that picture, there's Marge, there's Rosie, there's my mom, there's Eileen, Janet, Wanda, Marge, and Addie. And there were a couple other ones that weren't there, Dolores, Vona, Phyllis. These were the gals that were my mom's YaYas. They met every Wednesday, some in the morning, some at night, and they played cards and they laughed and they carried on and they told stories. And I have no idea what they talked about, but my guess is it was their husbands and their kids and their in-laws and their cleaning and their cooking and all of those pieces. And we need YaYas. We need those people in our lives. They actually, one group called themselves the Queenies, and they had little buttons that said QH, Queen High. They've been together since kindergarten. Now I've had a lot, and YaYas changed sometimes. My mother's YaYas stayed the same. I think maybe when we moved to Clio, she got different ones. But my YaYas, my first YaYas were my sisters, and they still are. And then there was Tama. Tama was probably my first real YaYa other than my sisters. And our lives have changed and she's moved away. But when I got a call that her husband had passed away, without question, I booked a plane. I booked a ticket and I was there. And it didn't matter to Tama. It didn't matter that we hadn't seen each other for a while and all of that. I was there with my YaYa. Then came, oh goodness, this is very emotional more emotional than I thought it was going to be. Bob, stop watching. I know you can't stand it when I get all blubbery. But my biggest set of YaYas came from my Job's Daughter world. Connie Tambling was and I just went to see her a couple weeks ago. Pam and Charlotte and Jan. And one of my male YaYas, David Norris, was there for me. Jeannie, Debbie, Wendy, Jana. These are YaYas. These are people that know me and love me still. Love me in spite of me. And we need YaYas in our lives. Guys, you call them something different, whether they're your golfing buddies, your bowling league, your Masonic fraternity, your Shriner buddies, whatever it is, we need YaYas. We need connection. We need people, and it doesn't have to be a whole lot, and it can change over time. When I worked at McLaren, Kate was my YaYa. We used to have tea in my office. Shh, don't tell anybody, but we lived through things with each other, and we need that. We need those people. We need people that will be there, bake a cake, bake a cookie, don't ask me to bake, but the kind of people that are going to come to you when you need them most. Sometimes they'll come to you when you don't need them, or they think they need you, or whatever the case may be. Do not discount those people. And again, they may have moved miles away. They may have moved away. You may not have talked to them in a really long time. Reach out. Later on in the week, I'm going to go see one of my YaYas, Debbie. We were together when we were married, lived in the same subdivision, all of that. Lost track over the last few years. But there is that unspoken bond. And we need to, I guess it needs to be a spoken bond. It needs to be an opportunity for us to reach out to one another and create it. When I moved here to Alma, I was desperately lonely. I created a YaYa and Robin and Sarah and Lisa and people at the hospital. And I had that set of folks. I also went back to my Job's Daughter world and Holly and Amy and that group. So I'm going to tell you that part of what's going on in our world today is lack of YaYas, lack of connection. I sound stern right then. And I'm going to challenge you. Every week I give you a challenge. I challenge you to reach out to your YaYas. Reach out to them. And guys, I don't know what you call them, but those people. Now, Bob always says, well, we boys don't talk about those sort of things. Well, you boys should. You boys should reach out and talk to one another. Now, Bob talks to me, and that's fine. Now, did everybody notice I don't have any gold jewelry? Amy Philpott, I hope you're noticing that. Reach out to people. Connect with one another, period, end. Last thing I want to tell you guys is something I found online called Chatbooks. They are the coolest things. For $5 a month, you can pull the pictures off your phone and create books. Now, notice who's on the front cover of several of them is Her Majesty Princess Leslie, because she's one of my YaYas now too. And the problem we have is when a YaYet comes up, we're not particularly nice to new people. I've gone way off the rail. Listen, if you have forgotten what I said a couple weeks ago, I am in the process of actively posting these on my YouTube channel. As soon as I'm done posting this on Facebook, I will post it on my YouTube channel in case you forgot what I talked about. So I'm going to tell you what I talked about. People are important. Oh, look at me, I'm tapping. People are important. Period, end. Connections are important. Period, end. Make connections. And guess what? Here's the last thing, and I promise you I'm done rambling. It takes effort. It doesn't happen by itself. I did look a little crazy right then. It doesn't happen by itself. Reach out. Make a connection. I love you so much, and I want you to be happy. Bye.